California. There's talk of California's seceding from the United States. And I had a few thoughts on it. And you know, the guy on some news show, a pro-secession progressive, he came up with some stats that even the conservatives want them to. But you need to put a few conditions on that with the conservatives. With the country, with the United States of America and the other 49 states. So, I'm going to start with geometry. You know, we're going to talk about what I learned in, I don't know, 5th or 7th grade, but I don't know if it's taught in grammar school anymore or in all the grammar schools, but geometry, mathematics, sets, subsets. Okay, well, what I'm thinking about is this is a big move, you know, to actually relinquish your citizenship and become another country. I think that it would be an it's a big move. So I think before the state would even entertain a move like that, I certainly think that those subsets of the state that is a subset of the country should have their say. You know, all politics is local. Let's hear what they say. And let's see the vote on that by voting district, county, whatever, you know. However, this would be a state vote, not a federal vote. And those in the state that decided that they no longer want to participate as a part of the set of California can either secede to being they can't secede from the country, but they can secede from the state and create another state, or 2, or 3, you know. We didn't start out with 50. So then, after all the voting districts and people of California made their decisions which way they wanted to go, then what was left over could simultaneously become its own country, while the other areas of California could simultaneously become their own states. And I think that would be an interesting, positive move, a positive move for California. I mean, it would be great. We'd have more states. We'd have another country that didn't want to be part of the whole thing. Now, this other country might be disjointed because, you know, you can't just say, well, since LA's on the coast and San Francisco's on the coast, we're taking the coast. No, you take the places, and we'll give you a lot of the coast. I'm sure probably a lot of the coast would be yours, you know. And Silicon Valley, they can go too, but they can't take the stuff with them. It was made here. It was started here. It's staying here. So now that we have that out of the way, you know, we can leave on some of the Google workers, and we can, you know, they don't have to pay taxes to our country, but there'll be a tax import. But let me get back to it. We've taken over Google. In private ownership, it would have to be or they could split that too, 50-50. At least there'd be competition on the internet. You know what I mean? And we wouldn't have a monopoly of everything. So then California could secede, and I see some interesting things, like probably none of the agriculture would be in this new country, because the agricultural counties and areas of California are almost exclusively patriotic conservative areas of the country. So you wouldn't have agriculture. You'd lose that. You'd lose all or half of Silicon Valley. So you'd have that piece. you would lose federal money, of course, and I don't know how your water situation would be, because I don't think that you can carry yourselves with enough hydration for the city areas, which would be the vast majority of this new country would be urban, because a vast majority of the progressive new country Californians live in urban areas. You can have Hollywood. So you wouldn't have enough water. You'd have to buy that from the new states. You wouldn't have any agriculture, so you'd have to import food. You wouldn't have your big golden goose Silicon Valley anymore, so you wouldn't have a tax base. And I figure in 5 years we'll be dropping rice bags out of C-130s and probably shipping in water tankers to keep people alive. So, with that being said, I think that if you really want to segregate yourself from the United States of America, you're certainly entitled to do that, in my book. Not in everybody's book, because there's probably guys who figure out there's something wrong with my idea. But so long as every single area of that country that doesn't want to do what you want to do, I mean every single area of that state that doesn't want to do what you do, does what they want to do, which will be probably create new states. That's all I have on the secession of California as a set from the United States, but after California it is sectioned off properly. Thank you, I'm rambling too much.